Hey everybody, how's it going? It's a Daily Shooter, and over the past few months I've been making a lot of videos on my favorite things. So my favorite upper receiver, my favorite compensator, my favorite gear, and so forth. And today I want to talk about my favorite EDC gun belt. As a matter of fact, this is my favorite gun belt. The one that I'm wearing right now, as a matter of fact, I've been wearing for a year and a half. But they've just come out with a 2.0 version of the one that I'm wearing with an even upgraded buckle. So today we're going to be talking about the Core Essentials belt with the new upgraded 2.0 belt and buckle. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so Core Essentials EDC gun belt. By far my favorite EDC gun belt of all time, and I've tried a few. As a matter of fact, I've even tried several that are similar to this, but they just don't hold up like the Core Essentials does. Now, like I said, the gun belt that I'm wearing right now, that I've been wearing for about a year and a half, this one right here is the 1.0, and it's held up absolutely perfect. I'll show it to you guys here in just a bit. But it's held up perfect, and the 2.0 is even stronger. Now, when it comes to an EDC gun belt, and kind of what do you mean by EDC gun belt, right? Well, an EDC gun belt is a gun belt that is strong enough still to hold, your heavier firearms and your holster and all your EDC items, whatever. It's still strong enough to hold those things, but still comfortable enough to be able to wear, 14 hours a day. If you're out there, you're working, you're walking, whatever the case is, you want something that's going to be comfortable, but you still want something that's rigid enough where, the holster isn't going to start canting, the firearm's not going to be sticking out, you're not going to be walking around printing, your pants aren't going to start falling off, and so forth. So you want the rigidity, but at the same time, you want that comfort level, and that is what this provides you. It provides you with that level of rigidity in a belt that still feels really nice. I got to tell you, wearing one every day, it's just great. Now, on top of the comfort, because it's only about, I think this is about 0.2 of an inch thick, so it's still fairly thin, which is great for a gun belt. If you ever put on a gun belt that holds up like this, they're usually really thick. This one, again, at 0.2 of an inch is a lot nicer. So this is a really nice rigid belt that's still comfortable. And then we have the upgraded buckle right here. So basically they took the original buckle and they just kind of added a couple extra features just to make it even that much stronger. Now, if you ask me, my favorite part about this belt, and the one feature that I use the most, is actually the adjustability. Because instead of having holes that are spaced 1 inch apart like a standard belt, this actually has a track line that is sewn into the belt itself. Now you can see here we actually have 6 rows of stitching. 3 rows on top, 3 rows on bottom, and then the track line is here in the center. This track line is so nice because instead of having those 1 inch adjustments like on a standard belt, this actually has 1/4 inch adjustments. So if you're going to be putting something on and, I don't know, you had a big dinner, you can go ahead and make those very small adjustments, and it works in conjunction with the buckle itself. So it actually ratchets onto this track line right here. That means that you don't have to take your belt off, you don't have to, pull it really tight to get that next adjustment or loosen it up. It's just, the adjustability on this thing is fantastic. So let me go ahead and see if I can show you guys real quick here. What you do is you would take your buckle, obviously when you're putting your belt on, and then you can hear this. It just ratchets on like that. If you don't want that sound, there's a little tab right here at the bottom. You just simply press that, and you can make your adjustments on the belt, and then when you are where you want to be, you just go ahead and let go, and that'll lock into that spot right there, and that's it, you're done. When you want to go ahead and take your belt off, you push on that little tab, and the belt opens up. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you my belt, and we'll talk a little bit about the differences between the 1.0 and the 2.0. The 1.0, really, it's pretty much the same thing. They just added a couple extra features that would make it a little bit stronger on the buckle side and maybe a little bit more rigid on the belt side. But you can see this is mine right here. It's got this silver buckle. You guys have probably seen this in just about every video that I've ever done on a holster or something like that. But I'll show you guys how it's held up versus the other one. Wow, I should cut back on the coffee, I think. But this is it right here. Still works just the same. Still has that same lever that you would press to take it off. You guys can see how it's just kind of formed to my body over time. And the track line, I know that some people were asking about the track line and how's the track line going to hold up over time and so forth. This is the track line on my belt right here. Hopefully you guys can see that. But the track line on my belt is perfect. And like I said, I've been wearing this every single day for about a year and a half, and it doesn't show pretty much anywhere. If anything, it just looks a little bit polished, but still looks like day one. Okay, so here is my original belt buckle. As you can see, it's kind of scuffed up, scraped up, it's been through its abuse. As a matter of fact, this has even gone through a training class, and it worked out just fine. So let me go ahead and show you guys some of the differences. So again, this is the original buckle that I've been wearing. This is the new 2.0 buckle right here, and essentially the differences are going to be on the other side. So if we switch over the original 1.0 buckle, the way that this works is the belt slides into the back of the buckle right here, and then there are teeth on this lever. So this thing actually flips open. There's some pretty sharp teeth. And then you slide your belt in and you flip it over, and those teeth dig into the belt, and it locks in there really nice and tight. I've never had this thing move once. So that's how that works. But what they did is they wanted to add an extra level of retention. And so on the new 2.0 buckle, we have the same teeth that are located right here. We have the same teeth on it, but once you go ahead and you put the belt in, and you lock this thing down, which I'm not going to do because it's really hard to get off. Once you lock that thing down, they actually added a couple set screws right here that essentially hold the belt in until you want it to come off. So those set screws are going to hold the belt in. The teeth are going to hold the belt in. It even comes with a little Allen key right here, so you can go ahead and lock that thing down. Now, another thing I want to mention is not only is this thing adjustable and really sturdy, but it's also good in, it's kind of like a one-size-fits-all. On the bottom of the belt right here, you can see that we have these different notches for cutouts. And so what you would do is you go ahead and measure this out to your waist. Go ahead and measure it out. And then when you find the size that fits you, you go ahead and you just make your cut. So if you're a skinnier guy, if you're a bigger guy, it doesn't matter. You buy the same belt, you take it and you customize it to your fit, which I think is great. For me, I actually went through a period where I had some stomach surgery and stuff like that. I ended up losing a bunch of weight, and I was able to make my adjustments with this belt. I ended up cutting just a little bit off, and it made it so it still fit perfect, and then I was able to feed a little bit more out. Nonetheless, you can go ahead and just make your adjustments real quick at home with some scissors, cut that out, and then go ahead and install your belt on it, and you'd be good to go. So anyway, this is my favorite EDC gun belt, and I've got some other favorites that I'm going to share with you guys in the next couple months. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you very much for the support. You guys are the best. Have a great day.